All right, everyone. A couple of Vice News reporters apparently tried to break into the 8chan owner's home in the Philippines the other day, and this is on Gateway Pundit, link in the description. I like their site more, but I still archive them, and sometimes some of the stories that are on there are kind of wonky, and it's like something might be lost in translation, but this is fairly straightforward. I'm wondering if this turns out to be totally accurate, like the basic summation is that they unprovoked, they broke into his home, had to be like shooed out. Is Vice News going to be deplatformed from all of these Silicon Valley sites for manifest observable behavior, for literally fomenting criminal activity? I believe it's definitely against Patreon's TOS. Pretty sure it's against Twitter's TOS at this point. Probably they should be banned from the app stores because, you got to take a stand against criminality and extremism. It's pretty extreme when you get to the point where you're breaking into people's homes to muckrake after them. And you know that that's what it's about. It's a political job. Probably they were hoping nobody was there, and they're trying to look through shit to, like, dig for dirt, literally. I guess that if you're an independent content creator, you're in any way associated with alt tech, now you also have to deal with the fact that your home might literally get broken into by some catsuit wearing miscreant leftist. Or there's some busybody. They're so pathetically desperate for tabloid sputum at this point that they'll even break into people's houses to get a hold of dirty laundry. Like, probably in the literal sense. Or maybe they just had a fetish. They just wanted to sniff his socks or, smear cheese on the floor and lick it off or something. They wanted to go do some toilet bowl licking. That's pretty much what I imagine that the people at Vice do. They're weirdos. Like, if you look at this, like, they'll, unrelated. They'll attack Soph and say, oh, it's so terrible, this 14-year-old is saying fuck and, like, politically incorrect stuff. But meanwhile, that Lactatia kid is like, that's the new thing. That's how everybody should be. And it's just one of these weird situations. Come on. Vice is the worst of the worst. Like, it's basically Vice, Salon, the Huffington Post. I would say on the other side, definitely the Blaze, at this point, kind of Breitbart. And this is sort of the nexus of tabloidism. It's very funny because they don't really get labeled fake news that often by the fake news legacy media. They don't get attacked at all. They're more above board. Glenn Beck, they stopped attacking him around the time that he dusted his face with Cheetos. Then, because he said Orange Man bad, he was a good guy. And because he fell out of favor, they don't even realize that he went back to Trump worship as soon as Trump, vaguely talked about Jesus one time. Oh, I pray for Trump every day. I think Jesus has sent us to him. And it's like the funniest. It's like that he's not religious like Glenn Beck appears to be. So you've got this weird story where the Vice sent dudes all the way over to the Philippines to break into somebody's home in order to try to figure out weird shit maybe that they were doing. But the thing is, then you get caught. And it's like, well, you didn't get any dirt on the 8chan owner, but now you've got dirt on you. The thing is, Vice doesn't care because everyone either is like a Vice super fan and eats their turds and stuff and thinks that they're great. They want to slide a log down their throat, so to speak. Everyone's either in that camp, which is thankfully rather small and probably declining, or they fucking hate him. Like, I think I would be hard-pressed to find, I think, a single independent commentator, like on YouTube, that didn't despise Vice. I don't think I could find any. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Like, does anyone here actually, it's been a long time since anyone sent me a Vice article. Like, years ago, within politics, people would send me articles from all sorts, BBC and Vice and all of these others. Some of them, notably, nobody ever sends me links from anymore. Despite the fact that the audience now is 20, 30 times larger, you never get linked that unless it's for the purposes of criticism, like, hey, look at this wonky, zonked out news article. They're so fucked up. And the Salon article, they're defending pedophilia and stuff like that. Then you get fed those articles, because then you just gotta make a video laughing at how fucking stupid these people are. But Vice is really trying to be the worst, breaking and entering. God, even CNN doesn't try to break into people's homes. They just line up outside and create a big spectacle, and then they try to get you to talk to them in your doorway, basically. That's like this typical news person harassing others. And this isn't like activism. Like, you'd think of some journalist trying to break into a potentially dirty politician's house. They get a tip-off from someone. This politician's sleeping around. They're leaning in through the window to try to get a picture of him with his mistress or something like that. You'd think of that stereotypical muckraking, that side of journalism. Okay, well, it's still slimy, but it's independent journalism, I guess. Here, there's I guess no justification given. Like, what was the reason for thinking that you needed to literally break into a dude's home? You know, it just doesn't make any sense, dude. So now there'll be a legal battle over that. Probably 8chan will be swimming in extra cash. Not to insult them, but I prefer 4chan. Yeah, it's just sort of my forte. But I don't think anyone should be subjected to that kind of behavior. Look, if this were someone on the left, and like Breitbart reporters show, like fucking Matt Drudge shows up with Glenn Beck, and they punch through someone's window and stuff, and it was like something like Sarah Silverman or whatever, don't you think this would be front page news around the fucking world? Oh, of course it would. Everybody would be running with it for the next 48 hours, but you're not going to see much about this. You're not going to see like a CNN write-up about how Vice News really done goof this time. They got caught breaking into a person's home. No. They'll cover their ass. It's a lie by omission. It's certainly newsworthy. It's highly significant, especially against the backdrop of the news wars and censorship of today being one of the major things impacting even world economies at this point. All of human communication being throttled by a handful of companies. Against that backdrop, this sort of thing is extremely significant. This is top-grade news. If they ran with it, I guarantee it'd be a sensational news story, too. You know, CNN, Fox, and all these others reporting. Instead, they'll ignore it mostly. And so it'll stay on the alternative news sites and independent commentary, which has been, you know, throttled all over the internet anyway. So basically, people that already know reality will get access to that reality. The soccer moms of America will sleep soundly not knowing that this even happened. That's about all. Peace out.